Hi everybody, how are you doing? Today I wanted to talk to you about the partial solar eclipse, new moon, super new moon that will be happening this Thursday. It's in Cancer, it's in 20 degrees of Cancer. I just posted a little bit about it on my blog if you're interested in reading about that. And the whole idea that this is an eclipse is it's kind of a stretch because it is not within 10 degrees of the north and south node. The north node is in Leo, the south node is in Aquarius, and this new moon is in Cancer. However, it's close enough to be considered a partial, and it is infused with this energy of because the North Node is still in Leo, this inner child, and then as we're moving forward, we're moving into the Cancer Capricorn eclipses, and so that is about the mother and father within us. So that inner child and then the mother and father, and so this is a really interesting new moon, super new moon partial eclipse because it has that influence of all of those things, of all those themes, because it's in Cancer, it's in 20 degrees of Cancer with the sun and the moon. New moons are always same degree. It's at that exact time when they meet up, right? And so that point is very temporary because the moon moves so quickly. And the sun moves pretty quickly as well. However, the influence of it, especially when it's a super moon like this, especially when it's a partial eclipse, it has a bigger influence. People love when I give this analogy of the new moon as being a time of like a flushing away or a reset button, and then when we get the solar eclipses, they are like if you here we go with my toilet analogy. You guys are gonna love this. I was telling about this, and my friend was like, you should call these your mom jokes because only moms can appreciate this. So it's like when someone takes a poop and you flush it and not all the shit goes down. The eclipses, especially the solar eclipse, is the big flush. And so we are not getting a huge solar eclipse this summer. We had one last summer. It was like really big, like so big that it's still affecting people, right? But this summer we're getting a bigger lunar eclipse, and that is so if the solar eclipse is like the big flush of clearing, the lunar eclipse is being able to see beyond that. Like, so it's like bringing into our conscious awareness the things that we're moving towards and the things that are important and that we've been working on in this last year. So that's on July 27th. This partial is another cleansing opportunity, and the other influence of this cleansing is Pluto over in Capricorn at the exact same degree of this new moon. So that's super relevant, super interesting, and not by chance, right? So there's 360 degrees in the zodiac, and we have polar opposites. We have Cancer and Capricorn, and when planets are in the same degree on opposite sides of each other, they are showing where we need to find like a middle ground, where we need to find something that brings it together. And the thing that brings it together, we're on planet Earth, right? And so like we're in between all that. And so how can we bring in Pluto unearths, it's the lord of the underworld. It brings things up to the conscious awareness that is not always pretty. We're often like, oh, I don't want to see that thing, but it's there. We can't deny that it's there, and it's that polarity, right? So Pluto unearths, and this new moon is going to help us to unearth and therefore then cleanse and clear. And one of the things that I wrote that is super basic that is just so relevant at this time, especially this weekend and then leading up to Thursday, is that we heal by feeling. That when we're not wanting to feel things, there's no way to heal through them. And it's that forward movement, emotion. I mean, it has the word motion in there. It's moving through things. And so when people say, oh, some people are overly sensitive or overly emotional, they're actually the ones moving things forward, moving things through. And the people that are, desensitized and not feeling things and really numb are actually the ones that are static and holding things back. So there. So with all this water, it's good to be around water. It's good to let yourself feel emotions, let yourself get those cleansing tears flowing, work with healers. I have two amazing offers for this eclipse time. One is a transit reading for the eclipses in your chart. It's a half an hour reading that goes over these 3 eclipses and also just other transits this summer that are affecting your chart. And that is $65. And then I do a full really transformative healing package this summer, which is 3 sessions with me, 2 intuitive healing sessions, and 1 full birth chart reading with transits involved this summer, but then also just in general things that are coming up in the next 6 months or so. So both of those are available. If you go, I'll post a link to my blog and that talks about that. And then I also have astrology school. So if you're really wanting to dive in, Jupiter is going to go direct 2 days before this new moon too. And then it's going to light up a grand water trine with Neptune, Jupiter, and this new moon eclipse. So this is the time, if you're feeling the desire or the draw to do some big work, this is the time to do it. And astrology school is just something that, I'm hearing feedback from people, and it's just like changing their whole perspective of things. Sure, some people are going to do this program, they're going to become astrologers, so they're going to use this for doing astrology. But then there's some people that just want this for information on their own lives and how to read their own charts, but also just to be aware. This is, the mathematics of life is the energy of life. And so anyway, that's available on my website as well, so definitely check that out. And then lastly, my online intuitive development course is also up on my website. So all of those things are available to you. This is the time to do the work. This is the time to step forward and step into your path more fully this summer. We do have lots of planets retrograde, and what that means is a lot of inner work is happening, and Mars retrograde is huge. We're going to have Venus going retrograde not too far distant future, and then we will have Mercury. First we'll have Mercury going retrograde as well in Leo, in a fire sign. So this is just a really big time to ignite and work with your own inner fire and your own passion. So definitely following those breadcrumb trails wherever they're leading you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and if you have questions about this partial solar eclipse, let me know in the comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling, and definitely look to your chart, to where Cancer is in your chart, 20 degrees, and stay tuned for my blog post, which I'll also be linking to. Okay, take care guys. Bye.